So right now, we are supposed to go to the next speaker. Coming from the alternative technology, yung mga electric vehicles, yung mga hydro cells na gusto introduce ng Toyota, and other alternative fuels. No? Ang speaker sana natin dito is coming from the CCAP. No? However, because of this drill siguro and all these things hindi nakarating, but at this point in time, Mr. Alex Loinas, no? Pero wala pa siya. So, may we request our guest here na kanina sasabi na may what's this adulteration? I think you have this alternative fuel. Can we ask Mr. or Engineer Deo Relo, our friend Waten dito? He is actually an engineer and he's based in the United States of America. Pumunta lang sa Pilipinas dito because of his advocacy all over the world of providing cleaner fuel. No? So let me give the floor to Engineer Deo Relo from the United States of America to speak about alternative fuels. No?
Oras na.
Thank you for the presentation. It's very much appreciated. No? Continuing to educate our policymakers, no? And in particular, si ating kagalang-galang na congressman. Pwede bang ma-interact kita sa about that? I was hoping that there would be somebody here from the majors like Petron and Shell, no? Pero ikaw yung next best thing. So, yeah, so in case you lang, I will agree. How's the heart? And ako, natutuwa ko ng mga bukod sa pronouncements niya about where to go in terms of policy. Sinabi ko nga sa kanya na kung we help him bring his pronouncements to its logical conclusion, we will be the best, the country with the best fuel standards in the world. And I would like to elaborate on that more with your assistance, no? Kung pwede. And hopefully, natin si Rick also on the DOE about this, no? Yung Euro 4, di ba may Euro 4 and Euro 5, di ba? Ang pagkakaiba ng Euro 3, so Euro 4 is the sulfur content. Do you know na meron din pagkakaiba sa aromatics content, olefins, things like that? Meron ba ditong galing sa academia? University of the Philippines, wala, LaSalle, Ateneo. Anyway, so is there a difference on the aromatics content from Euro 4 and Euro 3? But there is. Do you know where it comes from? Do you know where the aromatics come from, the olefins? So meron recognize mo yan, di ba? Okay. So alam mo kung saan galing yun. Blending component. Okay. So nilalagay yun, di ba? Okay. Saan galing yung nilagay nila? Teka na lang. Kasi hindi technical yun eh. So I understand you're the president. So you can check what I'm saying. Alright? And merong yata dito, press, no? Maybe you can check this out, no? Ang diesel, alright? Kailangan madaling sunugin yan in a compression engine. Okay? Ang gasolina, dapat mahirap sunugin. Kasi kailangan mo ng spark bago masunog. Ang diesel, walang spark plug. So kailangan masunog yan due to heat ng air na kinukompress mo, di ba? So ang idea ng diesel, yung diesel na walang aromatics, kasi ang aromatics like benzene, toluene, and xylenes, di ba, are intentionally produced from naphtha to create high octane. Ibig sabihin, dapat mahirap yan sunugin in a gasoline engine. Sa refinery, and this is not just in the Philippines, no? Sa refinery, standard yung configuration na pagka natanggal na yung kerosene sa diesel, merong light gas oil and heavy gas oil. So meron silang tinatawag na fluid catalytic cracker. Kinakrak nila yun, yung mahahabang hydrocarbons, kinakrak nila yun para maging gasolina. Ang tawag doon, olefinic gasoline. High octane yun. Olefinic. It came from olefinic hydrocarbons, olefins. Check nyo yan, no? Olefins. Ang olefins, unsaturated hydrocarbons yun. Kaya tumatawag ako sana ng taga-UP na o ng marunong sa chemistry. Ang ano niyan, okay, so nire-recognize na meron doon sa Euro 4 and Euro 5. Even Euro 6 meron doon. Kung meron ditong mekaniko, no, ang implication noon sa diesel is that ang tawag doon, deposit precursors. Ibig sabihin, raw material yun for deposition of certain resinous substance doon sa fuel injectors. Pagka over time, kahit Euro 4 yan, Euro 5, over time, nag-deposit yun sa fuel injectors ng diesel, magkakaroon ngayon ng bara or mag-compromise ang fuel atomization. Pag na-compromise yung fuel spray pattern or atomization, anong result nun? Inefficient combustion. Pagka inefficient combustion yan, anong mausok? Kahit zero sulfur ka, okay, and by the way, all things being equal, kung merong Euro 4 ka sa Euro 5, mas maganda yung Euro 5 kasi mas mababa ang sulfur. Pero sulfur, pag nasunog yan, sulfur oxides yan, sulfur trioxide, SOX, hindi mo nakikita yon. Ang nakikita natin yung mga unburnt hydrocarbons. Yun ang usok, which is a result of inefficient combustion for a number of reasons. One, primarily, yung tinatawag na mahirap sunugin, like olefins, aromatics, or yung deposit precursors, olefins and aromatics. So, saan galing yun? Yung olefins at sinasabi ko na kinakrak nila yun sa fluid catalytic cracker. So, yung FCC, kung sa kung i-google nyo yan, alright, FCC. So, may portion doon na gasolina, high octane, pero may portion na medyo mabigat. Hindi nila pwedeng ihalo sa gasolina. Okay? So, ano ginagawa nila doon? Remember, mahirap sunugin yun. Tsaka deposit precursors yun. Ang tawag doon, light cycle oil, LCO.
Basura.
Saan nila nilalagay yun? Kasi mabigat yun. Hindi pwedeng ihalo sa gasolina. So, nilalagay nila yun sa diesel. Okay? So, kahit may Euro 4 ka, Euro 5, pag may nakita kayong aromatics, olefins, naku po. Over time yun, kahit zero, ang sulfur nyo, magkakaroon ka ng deposition. Ang problema, hindi alam ng importers yun. And to be fair, ini-import lang nila yun. But yung light cycle oil being an unwanted refinery product, okay, may tendency yun na ibenta ng mura. So pag nag-i-import ka, make sure lang, meron akong unsolicited advice, no? Make sure na yung aromatics nyo hindi tumataas dun sa, kasi baka yan, madaling i-blend yan, okay? Now, yung sinasabi ni Rick kanina, ako, mahal yan. Yung, sinasabi ko nga, yung ginamit namin gasoline na diesel, hindi imported yun, galing sa Petron yun. Kaya lang, hindi nalagyan ng LCO. So the best company actually, to beat everybody, sana nandito ang Petron, is Petron. Because all that I have to do is not blend the LCO, di ba? Blending sabi mo. Blend the LCO into that ang tatawag on straight run diesel. Ang straight run diesel, halos walang aromatics yan, walang olefins. Meron silang aromatic kasi hinahalo nila yung different crude oils at dapat magkaroon ng aromatics na no more than 20% dahil yung kerosene na ginagamit na jet fuel, kailangan merong aromatics para sa tinatawag ng lubricity daw. Sa specification siya ng jet fuel, ASTM D1655. I-review yan. No? So, but then, walang olefins dapat. So, kung meron kang straight run diesel, yung diesel na walang halo, halos walang olefins yun. Maganda yun. And nakita niyo yung result nun. Mahal, hindi. Yung wala lang halo na mura. Meron kasi tayong problema. in the Philippines, presidential decree, no, panahon pa ni Marcos, it is a criminal offense to do fuel adulteration. Although, to be fair, ang context nun is yung naghahalo ng kerosene noon sa gasolina. But the spirit of the law is that there has got to be a making adulteration of fuel that will reduce to quality degradation is a criminal offense. And yet, without blaming Petron, because this is a standard refinery practice that not only in the Philippines but in other countries, fuel adulteration is done right there in the refinery. That's why, nung sinabi ni Congressman na i-amend natin yon, that is a welcome thing. And that's also the context when I said, if we do something about that, the Philippines will be the best, will have the best standard in the world. Because right now, even the Euro 5 has olefins. Pag ginawang yun, if LCO blending is made illegal, okay, we will have and then all things be equal, like 50 ppm, in fact, dapat 10 ppm yan, no? As a Euro 5. We will have the best fuel standard in the world. At daling gawin nun. Kasi all that Petron has to do, in the case of the Philippines, is not put LCO into the straight run diesel. And everything else, kaya-kaya nilang gawin yun. As you said, Ramon Ang invested a lot of money to create all white products. One of them is hydro treatment. No? So, they do not have to do more. The only thing that they do is not blend LCO with their straight run diesel. Yun lang. So, napakadali eh. Napakadali ang solution.
What will they do with the LCO?
Well, sinasabi. Problema nila yun. Okay? Kasi mura yun. Traditionally, hinahalo nila yun sa bunker fuel. Pero ngayon, may reduction na ang use na so wala na masyado. So, ang problema dyan, pag in-export mo, ay maraming kalokohan kasi yan, pwedeng iharang dali. Kasi physically, you cannot determine kung ano yung normal diesel sa LCO. Unless ilagay mo yan sa test tube, and then maghintay ka ng mga 2 linggo, yung LCO magiging brown, itim, ganyan. Kasi nag-oxidize siya. Remember yung apple or banana, i-cut mo yun, after some time, magiging brown. That's oxidation. Yung LCO, ganun. Okay? Pag hinalo... Hindi nga, walang... Yung kanina. Hindi, pinakita ko yun sa'yo kasi wala dito yung driver ko eh. Parang tubig yun. Walang amoy. Pero, na umalis kasi may inutos ko. Yun, walang LCO, walang aromatics. Pero, yan ang ginagawa namin sa US yun in small quantities. So even the Americans don't want to buy it.
Can I clarify something? You're saying that yung mga diesel, before haluan ng LCO, which you said is a byproduct or a waste product.
Yes.
Fluid catalytic cracking.
Yung straight run diesel is ganito yung itsura.
Well, not as much, no? Pero ang importante doon, yung tinatawag na cetane number is about 55.
Pag walang LCO?
Pag walang LCO, mga 55 ang cetane number. Wala na tayong control doon.
So ang question ko actually is not that, no? Ang question ko is, pwede naman pala gamitin yung straight run diesel without LCO.
Yes.
Therefore, mas malinis kasi walang LCO.
Mas madaling siyang sunugin.
Susunugin.
Mas madaling sunugin sa diesel engine.
Okay. Now, you're saying that waste product to, nilalagay ng mga petroleum companies yung LCO sa straight run diesel. Ang question ko lang, very naive question, no? Bakit nila linalagyan ng LCO itong straight run diesel? Kasi, ang sabi mo, waste product ito.
Technically, it's a waste product.
So bakit nila nilalagay sa diesel natin?
Sa profit. Profit motive.
In what way na profit? In what way?
Kasi
lalagyan mo, how can they profit?
Kasi kung hindi nila ilalagay yan, when they sell that, no, separately, mura yun. Kasi unstable yun. As is, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin diesel yan. Pag ginawa mong diesel yung pure na LCO, hindi tatakbo yung engine mo. Subukan nyo yun.
Are you saying to me that linalagyan nila ng LCO, straight run diesel, parang expander ito?
Yes.
To dilute it, so therefore kung na-dilute ng LCO, instead of selling at 1 gallon na ganito lang yung presyo, lagyan na nila ng another gallon ng LCO, doble yung kita nila. Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that the reason for profit?
Yeah, to reduce their cost. And then to avoid the cost of disposal.
Now,
So,
by reducing the cost means profit for them.
yes, of course.
Pero ang effect nito is air pollution kasi
Oh, yes.
hindi totally na
Yes.
nasusunog.
Yes.
Now, kung tatanggalin na itong LCO,
No, huwag mong ilagay.
wag mo ilagay ang LCO, wag mong lagyan, malinis yung diesel.
Mas maganda, all things again being equal, mas maganda ang opacity, okay? Mas maganda ang yung PM15,
Yes.
particulate matter 15, 2.5, mas bababa siya.
Follow up na lang, no?
Sige.
Pag yan yung mangyari, question ko, yung sinasabi mo walang LCO, hindi lagyan. Anong adverse effect nito kung walang LCO yung mga diesel sa mga sasakyan natin? That is, baka masira or whatever, yung sasakyan kung walang LCO.
Mas maganda na eh. Kasi waste na yun eh.
Waste na
So
nga eh.
basically, ang sinasabi mo, maganda, walang LCO, pero nilalagyan ng LCO because of profit,
Yes.
because of greed.
Business.
Yung sinasabi ni Pope Francis.
That's not
sa
church
kanya,
ko.
naman, ganun yung nangyari.
That's not
Sige, sige.
What's the... I understand life cycle oil is a waste byproduct of the refining
Yes.
process. What's the component or share of, let's say, out of total crude oil? Di ba? Ilan yung na-process into the diesel, the gasoline, etc. Ilan yung waste, which is the life cycle, di ba? LCO. Kasi ito, instead na i-dispose na and sell at a low cost, they're blending it back.
Well,
Di ba?
blending it back is a more...
So, anong share nun? Anong ilang percent yan?
Well, depende sa crude. Depende sa how heavy is the crude. There's no specific.
Yung question. What if I mix LCO sa bunker fuel instead of pure diesel to produce a low sulfur heavy fuel, and use the mixed LCO and bunker for boiler?
Yeah.
Will it work?
Oh yeah, it will work. Kaya lang,
The problem is solved.
You're right. Madali lang eh.
Tama? Matatanggalin mo sa diesel, ililipat mo sa bunker, ililipat mo sa boiler, where you have more time to burn it kasi it's difficult to burn eh. Unlike yung open flame sa
Sa boiler kasi ano lang yun eh. Burner lang.
Tama.
Walang cetane doon eh.
Walang setting, you don't talk of split second combustion. Unlike in internal combustion engine.
Correct. Kaya lang, wala. Mas magandang LCO na gamitin sa burners like, for example, ngayon sa Balaya.
May pollution device pa ang mga boilers ngayon. Mandatory.
Oo.
Yes.
Mas malinis.
It is, they are located in economic zones na hindi densely populated at merong mga pollution devices ang mga boilers.
Yeah. Tama yan.
Okay.
Question mo naman.
Yes, Congressman.
May question ako, no? Anong effect of not adding the LCO to the diesel to produce clean diesel on the price of diesel? Hindi mo hinalo.
Well, definitely ang margin ng oil companies will go down. Because if they, like for example, if they blend LCO or they sell it
Margin
as
lang.
maliit ang price, magiging parang price ng bunker C.
So hindi dapat umakyat ang presyo ng diesel
No.
if you do not add it.
Na.
Hindi kaya pinactor nila in the pricing of fuel, of diesel, yung blended diesel and LCO, kanya they can sell at so much price.
Well, the refineries definitely factored in yung cost nun.
Kasi yun ang gusto kong tanongin sa DOE. Kung yun ay tinitingnan nyo in the pricing of diesel, yung blending of the LCO with the, kung bumaba yung presyo ng diesel because they blended it and therefore mas mura yung inputs nila or mas mura yung cost nila to produce diesel because LCO 1 gallon plus 1 gallon diesel, kung bumaba din yung presyo. Do you have the capacity to make that kind of an assessment in DOE for purposes of yung pricing? Of course, you cannot regulate the prices, but I just want to know if that is factored in your monitoring of the price. Isa yun, ano? Pangalawa, of course, if these are produced elsewhere, we will have no way of finding out whether there is stock blending. Diba? So,
all you have to do is find out anong level ng aromatics sa olefins. Kasi yun basically yung chemical composition ng LCO.
And therefore, oil importations must pass through some kind of testing. Kasi merong ginagawa sila, yung color, ano yan? Yung just to determine whether paid yung duties or not, meron silang
Color coding.
additive, ano yan? Dye. Meron silang nilalagay na dye para malaman lang nila kung bayad o hindi yung duties and taxes ng oil. No? Pero ang importante sa atin, ang mas importante sa atin is yung aromatics, yung
olefins and
aromatics. So,
in general, unsaturated hydrocarbons.
okay. So I think if you are to do your job as DOE in protecting also the environment because you are a major contributor to pollution, dapat yun ang isang intervention within DOE that you should be doing so that they cannot pass this dirty product to the market for us to inhale. Diba? You know, dapat innate sa atin yung ganong motivation and not worry about how the oil companies will make money or will spend money. It behooves in each one of us na dapat tayo mismo yan ang tinitingnan natin para magawa natin yung trabaho natin. This is our job.
President.
Diba?
Amen, Congressman.
President.
Yes, sir. Regarding that LCO, which has olefins. Olefins po, mayroon naming initial discussion because that was raised also doon sa TCPPA. Kaya lang, initial discussion pa lang po dahil not much of the members knows about these olefins. Correct, yes.
Umuwi siya from the United States at ulit, pag in-invite na siya.
Ang important kasi
I will, kasi po kami yung secretariat sa TCPPA, I will raise that issue na maging agenda sa mga future meetings so that it will be discussed thoroughly.
And I will put you to task when I call you in the Oversight Committee. Kayong PCCP. Meron kayong, may examination tayo doon. Kasi, you know, so much has been done talking about these things. What we now need is kasi preliminary, initial, can we complete it and complete the loop and come up with the final output which is supportive of the kind of outcome that we need, which is clean air.
Sige sir, mas maigi nga sir kung galing sa inyo mismo para
Gagawin natin yun.
kami susunod na lang.
I'm more determined now than ever to do this. Kasi actually, yung intervention ko sa energy is more on power, not so much on energy. On oil, sorry. So ngayon, I will now, on this last home stretch ng aking chairmanship, I will now start to look into oil because I'd like to re-engineer the oil industry as well.
Yes, sir. And then just in addition, dagdag lang dun sa presyo na LCO, sir, kung anong contribution niya sa price. Michelle here, my office mates, they're from the pricing division, so we will relay that to their boss. If they'll be able to compute yung contribution ng LCO sa diesel. Si Director Obilio po, Milita Obilio, OIC Director. Tapos, in terms din sa imported diesel po, kung pwede naman nakikita yung olefins kasi every time the oil companies import diesel, meron guaranteed specification kasama sa pinapasubmit namin coming from the supplier. So nakikita doon kung may olefins or wala. It can be part of the hindi. Galing mismo supplier yan.
Meron ba tayong facility para matest yung certificate, yung kunwari sinertify nila ng so much percentage? Meron ba tayong equipment to...
We can randomly test diesel sa laboratory namin for olefins.
At saka yung in-transit.
Kasi it's not part of our procedure na every importation or every arrival, tinitest. Walang ganun.
Ulitin mo.
Kaya na,
Aminin natin yun. Wala mo kasi sa Philippine National Standard
Wala na.
fuel quality.
Wala yun.
Wala yan.
Bakit nila nilalagay?
Hindi, initial talks nga pinaglalagay.
initial ko lang po, hindi pa siya part ng standard.
Okay, last question, timetable. Okay. Can I raise one point? This can be addressed to the DOE at saka kay Congressman. Kung is it possible because di ba may complain na it will cheapen yung price nila, they will not earn much if they don't mix LCO. Perhaps it's possible you can have a two-tier pricing. You penalize yung or create an incentive di ba? Para mayroong cross-subsidy. Hindi, cross-subsidy ibig sabihin, walang adulteration, walang LCO, but there's a price, so, di ba, parang may incentive, or penalize yung kabila, it's a cross, whatever.
Yes, Lord.
But it will not solve the problem of clean air. Because, pahabang nandyan yung olefins na yan, you will never improve the air quality. Because you will always have the pollutants there, and that is not in accordance with the Clean Air Act. So
Yes.
it doesn't make sense that you will still allow both under a two-tier pricing.
Tingnan mo. Ang galing, no?
It's total tanggal talaga.
Totally.
Oh, pero bibigyan mo ng presyo mas mura yung isa, hindi pinayagan mo rin yun. I don't know how you would want to...
And then, tawagan yung mga oil companies. Kasi yung... Can I just address yung aromatics sa kanina? Wala sa standards ngayon kasi traditionally I'm thinking with respect to aromatics and olefins, nasa gasolina yon. Yun kasi ang high octane components ng gasoline. Ang gasolina, yung galing sa naphtha yon. Ang naphtha, ang octane niya mga 55 to 60. So nire-reform nila yon para magkaroon ng benzene to xylene. Yun ang high aromatics. So pinapag-usapan lang yung aromatics sa gasolina. Ngayon lang pinag-usapan yung benzene kasi yung benzene is very, very carcinogenic. Okay? So, madaling isolve ang problema ng immediate. Yung nakikita natin yung pollution, madaling isolve yun. At Petron is the best company, and even Unioil, if they are willing, can take advantage of this. Okay? Pero yung, I'm sorry, yung sasabihin na mas magaling ang foreign, no, hindi totoo kasi sila nagbigay sa atin ng refinery design. Okay? So, pero one last thing na gusto ko lang i-emphasize. Kung yung nakikita natin na pollution, no, yung smoke belching, ay masama. Mas masama yung hindi natin nakikita, kaya yung PM 2.5. More importantly, galing sa diesel yan eh. But more importantly, yung gasolina, wala nang time i-discuss, no? Mas matindi yung gasolina. So dapat i-address din yun later on siguro, no? Hindi lang kasi nakikita yun eh. Pero, pag in-address yung sa diesel, madali na yung i-address din ng gasolina. Pero mas matindi ang gasolina in terms of pollution, in terms of health effects, lalo-lalo na yung benzene at saka aromatics. Okay? May question ta?
Deo, ang problema natin dito, pag nag-lobby yung mga oil companies, na huwag pagbawal yung LCO.
Oh,
Alam
yung
naman
execution
natin na ganun kalakas yung...
meron naman tayong unique oil eh. Hindi ba yung sabi niya kanina?
Kasi environmental friendly.
Di ba, pag nag-lobby sila, hanggang doon na lang sila sa lobby. Hindi na sila makakapasok sa...
Tama.
May lobby kami doon sa Congress, hindi sila makakapasok sa plenary.
Tama.
Okay yun. I think I